Jessie.
Yay!
Out here for first chair. Now that you're experienced, what's your routine as you prepare for the night for first chair the next
Well,
day?
first thing was to pack a freaking sleeping bag because I blew it in Wolf Creek. So my process is to make sure I have my goggles, boots, and snowboard. And for last night, it was to make sure I had a sleeping bag and a comfortable space in my car, pizza, and beer.
That's the breakfast or dinner of champions, I suppose.
That's the way to do it.
Donuts for breakfast is the first chair usual.
Yeah, plenty of donuts and bacon hanging around this morning in the lift line.
So do a compare and contrast. How is this different from Wolf Creek over here to Abasin?
Well, there are way more people. I think they said there's supposed to be like 2,000 people. So that already is different. But, you know, just the vibe. It's just more people dancing, more people hanging out and having fun, more people hanging out in the lift line since, like, I don't know, 5:30 this morning. Way more than Wolf Creek. But you know what? It's the mountain love, so it's good in both spots.
So we were talking last night, a bit of a heart-to-heart. We were just discussing how fortunate we are to be out here, enjoying the slopes with friends. And so yeah, what does this day mean to you?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people back home say that I'm lucky to be out here, but I don't think it has anything to do with luck. I think it's just that I made a decision that I wanted to live this mountain lifestyle, and so I moved out here, and I'm fortunate for everything that's around me. But I mean, God, I've had 2 jobs to make it happen because it's what my soul needs every single day. So to me, it's just being out here with my friends and in this environment of beauty. I mean, I don't know. It's one of the most beautiful places to be right at this moment.
It's awesome. It's awesome. I agree. Heck yeah. Any other comments or input you'd like to add?
I'm just happy to be out here with you guys again. It's pretty awesome. My second first chair, so I'm feeling pretty cool. Otherwise, I'm just ready to take one run and go back to work.
Back to work, back to sleep.
Yep.
Yep.
Kick off the season right.
All right, all right.
I worked at the zoo when I was 15, and I volunteered actually in the chimpanzee kind of area. So that's where I fell in love with them.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a dream, either SeaWorld or the zoo.
Zoo's awesome, but sad sometimes.
Right. Has your hometown ever held a parade in your honor?
Never in my honor, no. But I feel like after 2 first chairs, people are starting to think I'm pretty cool. So thanks for inviting me back. So maybe they'll celebrate me down the road.
Absolutely, I think it's possible. Do you think at least a first chair float in perhaps a 4th of July parade would be a good idea?
I think a first chair float would be the best. I would sit as a frickin' monkey or a queen bee, on my first chair, chairlift, being pulled by my dad's truck.
Okay, yeah, we were thinking a flatbed with just one of the old chairs, one of the old gondolas.
Be sweet. We should do that for Ullerfest.
Ullerfest might even be better.
Yeah. We could be at the front of the line.
Right. Yeah, first float.
I can arrange that.
First chair, first float. You can pull some strings. Do you feel like you have the bug now? You like to get
Freaking addicted, man.
addicted to the chair chasing?
Yeah, my husband's like, "What are you doing? You are nuts." And I'm like, "I gotta go now. I have to be there by 8 or I'm screwed."
That's right. You gotta secure your spot.
Now I'm trying to think of all the days I need to take off to get first chairs the rest of the season. But we'll see.
We hear November 9th is Keystone and Breck, same day.
Yep. I think it's just my family taking me to the mountain since I was 4, really. It's just getting excited for opening day because of the snow and my friends and just the camaraderie, honestly.
Yeah.
So I'm thankful for having a young childhood in the mountains, even though I'm from Kansas. So there's that.
Fun, memorable trips to the mountains.
Yeah. It's good. It's good. That means I've been on the mountain for 31 years. That's pretty crazy.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah. A veteran.
Well, a lot of people want to judge their season by the number of days, but I think it's quality over quantity, personally. But I look back and I, wonder how many days I had with my friends, and, even those solo powder days where you're just out there with yourself and your soul. So for me, a good season is just about the days I had on the mountain, or the days I even skinned up Baldy or something like that. So as I've gotten older, it's always just been fewer and fewer days, but I still have just as much, if not more, fun every year. So take that.
The most fun is
Take
a good
that
season.
165 days.
Ooh, that's a lot.
Burn.
What's your high score on days on the hill, do you know?
I do. I want to say it's pretty close to 200, and I say that because I did a season in New Zealand back to back with Keystone, so I actually was on the mountain. I mean, I was almost every day in Keystone.
Yeah.
So I was a diehard then. I was young and dumb.
In those days, would you ride all day, like be on the one of the first chairs and stay till Keystone closed down at night?
I was usually mid-morning, I would say. And then I would stay for some runs at night for sure. But I worked at the base of Keystone, so I would go out on my split breaks, and then when you're off at 4 or whatever, excuse me, I would go do night skiing. It was still fun on the mountain house side. Those were the days. Yeah, it was like park laps all day, and powder days were just like full on.
Has your hometown ever held a parade in your honor?
No, they have not done that.
Do you think a first chair float in a 4th of July parade would be a good idea?
I think we need to do that, and we need to be first, and we need to be recognized. Mostly Nate Dogg, of course, but I mean, I'd like to get a spot on that chair.
I was thinking a flatbed trailer with a gondola or one of those old chairlifts, and have Nate sit on the chair. And
I mean, if I had
on
my
our
El
first
Camino, we'd kill it, but we don't have that anymore. So.
we'll come up with some sort of vehicle.
I think that's the plan for the summer. We'll start working on that all winter.
First chair celebrity Nate Dogg 4th of July float.
Yep. Exactly.
If you owned your own resort, what would you have at your resort that would make it unique?
I would have nobody there except for my friends and myself.
Very private, VIP.
Exactly. Sorry, people.
Have you ever waited in line to get the last chair of the season?
No, but I did do last day, and we were like, let's close it down, and then we were too lazy to like hang out for the last chair. But we were like, we're opening it, we're closing it, and then, that was just got pretty lame, so we just left.
Who inspired you to be part of opening day?
To be Nate Dogg, but obviously you, Trailer Tom, inspired Nate Dogg, so that's kind of the chain. But I guess I just had nothing to do with my life one time, and I just figured I'd do this.
How do you determine if you have had a great season, average season, or poor season?
Injuries, I guess you could say. If I'm healthy all winter, there's no way I'll have a poor season.
Anything else you'd like to say to Nate Dogg's fans or the first chair following here?
I mean, like always, we're here for Nate Dogg. We'll be here next year, and we'll be here the year after that, and the year after that. I mean, I have nothing to say to you guys. Thank you for your support. If it wasn't for you, Nate Dogg would not be world famous. So, thank you for making him that.
Yeah! Kung Fu Karate Chop. Break that banner. Yeah! Woo-hoo! Yeah! Holy media coverage.
Yes!
Good job, team.
Uncomfortable.
Oh man.
First chair.
First chair.
First chair.
I'm surprised not a single
Nate
person
Dogg.
on the uphill picture.
You've probably not seen a penguin on the slope up here at Abasin, but what wildlife have you seen?
I haven't seen that much here at Abasin. All the small animals I've seen, the squirrels, the chipmunks, the birds. Nothing very large, but at Breck I've seen the big ones, the moose, the elk, the deer. I'll eat over a squirrel once.
Whoa. So if you were one of those animals, which animal would you like to be and why?
I think if anything I would choose to be an elk because they taste delicious. But I still prefer being the Nate Dogg.
Has your hometown ever held a parade in your honor?
They have not. Lakeville, Minnesota has not stepped up. We have been in a few parades. I was in a parade skateboarding as a kid, and I went to push and I fell on my face. I think Chad has footage of that. And then we've done a few 4th of July parades in the Pin limousine.
Do you think a first chair float in one of those 4th of July parades would be appropriate or fun or a good idea?
Are any of the floats in any of the parades appropriate? I don't know, but either way it'd be fun. I think we could do it.
If you owned your own resort, what would you have at your resort that would make it unique?
I'd make it snowboarders only. No, I'm just kidding. Skiers end up having more money than snowboarders anyways. I don't know. Just a fun, all-natural resort similar to Wolf Creek. So you do take away some of the inexperienced folk and let wild. We've thrown the idea around of buying a resort.
Or have you ever waited in line to get the last chair of the season?
No. Did we ever get last chair that 4th of July year? Well, I know we
here with Jordan Bebout.
I know we pulled into the parking lot in the limo on the 4th of July and talked about getting last chair. But first chair to last chair that year, it was similar to this. So opening mid-October, closing 4th of July, which was insane. And as much as I love snowboarding, there's no reason I should be snowboarding that much. I'm not young anymore and living up here. You enjoy your summer activities.
When you are on the way to the resort to get in line for first chair, and you are unsure if someone has already beaten you in line ahead of you, do you have feelings of anxiety or stress or pressure to uphold that Nate Dogg legacy?
100%. The amount of time in between opening day announcement and us presenting ourselves for first chair is the most nervous point of this whole process. Once we're here, we can claim us, it's ours, first chair, yes, one more year, whew, wave of relief. But until that point, chaos.
Who inspired you to be part of opening day?
None other than the man trailer Tom. He's been getting first chair since he was like 12 years old at Keystone Resort when they would open the same day as Abasin, and they would turn on their lights 2 hours earlier just to make the claim. One of my favorite people I've ever met, period, in life. But his drive gets me going for first chair, and I'm always happy to have him on first chair with me.
Sounds like an interesting character.
Oh, you know, we've had a lot of interesting stories together.
How do you determine if you've had a great season, an average season, or a poor season?
Whew, that's a tough one. I think that knowing that you had a good season is A, it was injury-free. B, now with this new Epic Mix app and all that fun stuff, actually clocking your vertical that you get to do and how many days on mountain. I know it's a good year when I can surpass the year prior. I have had a few years where I've had 1.4 million vertical in 121 days, back when I wasn't working. Now I'm really content with 1,000,000 vertical and 50 days on hill, but anything above that makes me happy.
Sounds like a fun year to me if you get that many vertical, that many days in.
Yeah, it's 20,000 vert a day, which is fairly easy when you rise and shine and get those first chairs.
Sure, it feels good. Pretty decent as well. Conditions are good. Yeah.
What's going on,
All
guys?
right. So it's Geo?
Yeah, yeah.
Right on.
Came all the way here from Sugarloaf, Maine. I heard the snow gets pretty deep here. Brought my 22RE Toyota camper out here, and we're in it to win it all season. I'm really excited. I've never been out of the Appalachian Mountains. This is rad, dude. You guys got something good going on. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah, what do you think of the views up here so far?
Awe-inspiring, like literally awesome. Like every morning I've woken up, it's just I'm like, whoa, man, I'm here. I've been planning this trip for years, and like it's finally come to fruition. I'm really excited. Everyone's been like super hospitable and really nice in Colorado too. I really enjoy it. This is a
Cool.
great place.
Cool. Well, welcome.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. Good luck. We'll see you on the hill.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna go grab my Epic.
All right. Safe travels.
Later,
Yeah,
guys.
get that pass and
Got it.
start using it. Give him a shot. Need some antifreeze leaking. Yeah.
Our cold start injector is acting up. She
Uh-oh.
thinks she thinks it's still cold. That'll go away.
She fired up.
Yeah.
Start button.
Oh, that's actually pretty good.
like a good rep within the industry too. Like they play nice with people. I rode for some people for a little while, but I'm not gonna tell you the name because they don't pay me to anymore.
Okay.
I'd still like to know those names.
Everyone who's still associated with that company is a deal we do. You trust me, there's nothing to that. I'll give you a hint. They roll around in an Airstream trailer. Oh!
It's a tough shot with this lean on. Oh yeah.
Where'd you pull this thing from, guy?
It's my house.
Really?
Yeah, I got this and X-Men.
Oh, nice. Are you like a retro collector?
Just a player.
I've
I take Raspberry Pis and I load them up with emulator software, which anyone can do. But what I really like is I'll take like hardwoods and I'll make these nice little intricate kind of like Atari boxes out of them.
Okay, that's cool.
So, like,
bang back.
That's also
how many watts?
like Atari or Nintendo or.
Well, they play everything,
Okay.
but like the idea is kind of going for that like kind of early '80s wood grain kind of like. But yeah, it's like. But I also use like a lot of like reds and golds, so I take a lot of like hints of like. Have you ever seen like a Japanese NES, like they call them Famicoms?
Yeah.
I have one.
Dude, Famicoms.
It doesn't work.
They're beautiful looking, right? Like they're just, like from a hardware design, like a hardware art perspective. Famicoms are just beautiful little boxes with the cream white and the burgundy red with the gold highlights and the little controller holders that they have, man. Those are rad.